29% of girls and 16% of boys reported having been teased by a family member about their weight. Eating disorders affect both young men and women all across the world. Here to talk about her personal recovery is Cassandra Gia. Please put your hands together.
Hello, Xavier. I am here today to tell you a story about me. I was a bigger kid when I was younger, but it never really bothered me until about the 6th grade when comments everyone started to make about my body got to me. I then decided to change, and over the summer, going into grade 7, I lost about 30 pounds, which was very unhealthy. My French teacher noticed this, and she called my parents. My mom then took me to the hospital, and the doctor diagnosed me in December of 2013 with anorexia nervosa, an eating disorder. I was in denial. I didn't believe her, and she gave me a chance to gain the weight back, but I never did because in my mind I was fat even though I was 5'5", weighing 90 pounds. During this time, also my reproductive organs shut down because my body could no longer support itself. My body was essentially shutting down and would eventually kill me, however I made no change. Anorexia is not a physical disorder, it is a mental illness and you are at war with yourself. Your mind is your worst enemy, and how can you run from that? The thought of becoming skinny consumes you and it becomes your only goal, and you'll do whatever possible to make it happen. What I saw in the mirror was not what everyone else saw. My image of myself was distorted because the voice in my head that I called Anna rewired my brain to tell me that I was always fat. In March of 2014, I was admitted to Sick Kids Hospital 4 days before my 13th birthday, and I spent about 2 weeks in that program, and still, even sitting in a hospital bed with every doctor and social worker telling me that I have to get better or I will die, I still denied the fact that I was sick. Once released from the hospital, I was put into an outpatient program where they would monitor my eating disorder, depression, and anxiety. However, it continued to get worse from there. I really had no choice to start gaining weight during this period, so I started to self-harm. First, it started with hitting the parts of my body that I did not like, but that quickly escalated into hitting and cutting. Because I was not happy with myself, and I was able to turn my mental pain into something physical, and listening to me say that out loud now sounds crazy, but I really didn't know what else to do. Anorexia took over my life at such a young age, and I pray to God that a 12-year-old girl will never have to go through something like this. I would not wish this upon my worst enemy. There was a time, each night, where I would scream and cry because I hated myself so much. This was a sickness that took me over 5 years to recover from, and to this day, I'm still not truly happy with myself. I think that maybe sometimes this voice is never going to go away, and I'll never be happy with myself. My eating disorder has caused me to create toxic relationships and allow myself to be treated poorly because I believed it was what I deserved. I could not love myself, so I did not expect others to. I have learned now that loving yourself is the most important thing, and it should be easy, but it is so difficult after having every ounce of confidence in you disappear and your self-esteem completely destroyed. I look in the mirror and some days I love myself and some days I don't, and that's okay because this is a process and I know recovery is possible. There was a time where I wanted to die and I never thought this would be over, and I'm standing here today telling you that if you've ever felt like this, trust me, it does not last forever. Even if you're struggling alone and have no one, because I did. I ruined my relationships with my parents because I blamed them, so I was struggling all alone and I managed to pull myself up. I truly believe that I'm a better person for it today. I've taken this as a learning experience because I've grown from it, even though it was the worst 5 years of my life. So please, if you have friends who struggle with an eating disorder, watch what you say to them, because the words "just eat" will not help. It will make them feel worse because it's not that simple. You have to wake up every day in a body you hate and put food in your mouth that disgusts you just to act normal. You need to understand how twisted anorexia actually is. It is not about starving yourself, it is about the self-hate and the mental battle. So do not call someone anorexic because they skipped a meal or because they are skinny, and do not ever take being called anorexic as a compliment because it isn't. And in all honesty, it's disrespectful to everyone out there that struggles. Anorexia is known to be the most deadly psychiatric disorder, so it is in no way a joke. To anyone that struggles with anorexia, bulimia, or binge, don't let the voices take over. You are in charge, not them. Trust me, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You can get through this. I am living, breathing proof that it gets better. You are worth so much more than you think you are. You are loved. And I know you've probably heard this 1,000 times because I did in recovery and I never believed it, but please learn to love yourself and be kind to yourself. I know it's hard and I never thought I would get over it, but I did, and I know you can too. Recognize the problem, accept it, and start recovering from it. You deserve happiness and all the wonderful things life has to offer.